What really happens when you leave your dog alone? Your neighbors may know more about your dog's emotional life than you do. They know exactly when the barking starts. They know how long the whining lasts. They know which days are the hardest. They hear sounds you never hear, because you're not there when they happen. But when you return home, your dog looks perfectly normal. Calm, happy, tail wagging, as if nothing happened. And that illusion has caused millions of owners to misunderstand what their dog is truly experiencing. Because while you were away, something very real was happening inside your dog's brain and body. You may have noticed the clues: a cushion on the floor, a chewed corner of the rug, an unusual silence. At first, it seems like boredom, or mischief, or a bad habit. But for decades, scientists have done something most owners never do. They set up cameras, they leave the house, and they watch what happens minute by minute. What those recordings reveal is one of the most important discoveries in animal psychology. Your dog is not simply missing you. A specific stress response is unfolding in their nervous system. And it often begins before you even close the front door. In a study at the University of Milan, researchers placed cameras in the homes of 23 dogs and then left. Barking, whining, and howling began on average just 3 minutes and 15 seconds after departure. Destructive behavior often started within 7 minutes. But the most surprising finding came after the noise stopped. Many owners assume that silence means the dog has calmed down. The cameras showed otherwise. As vocalization decreased, panting increased. Heart rate remained elevated. The stress response continued. The dog had not relaxed. It had simply shifted from loud distress to silent distress. Long-term observations revealed another striking pattern. Every 23 to 28 minutes, many dogs showed a new surge of activity, a burst of barking, pacing, scratching, then silence, then another spike. This was not recovery. It was a repeating cycle of hope and disappointment. Each wave seemed to ask the same question: are they coming back now? Researchers then compared these dogs to dogs without separation problems. At the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences, dogs were left alone for up to 4 hours. These dogs spent approximately 97% of their time resting, sleeping, quietly waiting. No panic, no destructive behavior, no recurring spikes of distress. The difference was not breed, not age, not genetics. The strongest predictor was what the dog had learned to expect when their owner left, and that learning begins long before the door closes. Dogs with separation anxiety often start showing stress while the owner is still at home. You pick up your keys, put on your shoes, grab your bag, check the time. Over hundreds of repeated departures, these actions become powerful signals. And those signals mean one thing: I'm about to be alone. Before you even touch the doorknob, your dog may already be panting, hissing, and following you from room to room, watching every move, hoping that somehow, this time, you will stay. And what researchers discovered next explains why some dogs struggle far more than others. The most surprising finding was not about how owners leave. It was about how they return. Researchers followed dogs from adoption through early development to identify what predicted separation-related problems. Long emotional goodbyes had little effect. Hugs, kisses, extended farewells. These did not significantly increase anxiety. But one factor stood out. Dogs whose owners returned home, found damage, and reacted with anger were 6 times more likely to develop separation-related behaviors. Your dog does not connect your frustration to the chair leg they chewed hours earlier. That connection is too distant. Instead, they associate your anger with your arrival, the moment they waited for all day, the moment they hoped would bring safety. Over time, your return itself can become stressful. And when that happens, your dog begins to fear both parts of the separation. They panic when you leave, and they brace themselves when you come back. The entire day becomes a cycle of anticipation and stress. The same research found that punishment significantly increased the likelihood of separation problems. Scolding, yelling, physical punishment, even deliberately ignoring the dog after a stressful episode, These responses often worsen the problem. Another common recommendation is to get a second dog, but research does not support this idea. A 2021 study found that some dogs in multi-dog households vocalized even more when left alone. Because separation anxiety is not simply about being alone. It is about the absence of one specific person. You, your voice, your scent, your presence. Another dog cannot replace that. One of the most misleading situations occurs when a dog appears perfectly fine. You return home. Nothing is destroyed. The house is quiet. Your dog looks calm, and you assume they have adjusted. But appearances can be deceptive. Psychologist Martin Seligman described a phenomenon known as learned helplessness. When animals experience prolonged stress, they cannot control. They may stop trying to change the situation. They become quiet, still, passive, not because they feel safe, but because they no longer believe their actions matter. And the dog that seems fine may be the one you should worry about most. Recent research has revealed an even deeper layer. In some severely anxious dogs, long-term cortisol levels were lower than expected, not because they were less stressed, but because their stress system had been activated for so long that it began to shut down. The body was exhausted. This means that a dog who appears calm may still be carrying a tremendous emotional burden. Researchers at Linköping University uncovered another remarkable finding. They measured long-term cortisol levels in dog owner pairs. The results were synchronized. Stressed owner, stressed dog, calm owner, calm dog, and the owner's stress was the stronger predictor. This means your emotional state may influence your dog's baseline stress every day. So when you leave the house, your dog may already be starting from an elevated state of tension. The pet industry offers countless products for separation anxiety. Pheromone diffusers, supplements, calming wraps, white noise, special toys. Many provide limited benefit, because most of them attempt to ease the hours you are gone. But the real work happens during the hours you are together. The most consistently effective method is graduated exposure. You begin with seconds. Touch the doorknob. Return. Open the door. Return. Step outside. Return. Repeat. Again and again. These repetitions gradually teach your dog a new expectation. You leave. You come back. Nothing bad happens. And with enough successful experiences, the nervous system begins to change. What seems insignificant to you can become a life-changing lesson for your dog. Behavior specialists often describe a critical turning point. When a dog can remain calm for approximately 40 minutes, progress to several hours frequently becomes much easier. The number itself is not magical. It simply represents the point at which the dog has accumulated enough evidence to believe. When they leave, they always return. For severe cases, medication can be highly effective when combined with behavior training. A clinical study involving 229 dogs found that fluoxetine plus behavior modification led to significantly greater improvement than training alone. Medication does not knock the dog out. It helps the brain become flexible enough to form new, healthier expectations. After decades of research, the message is clear. Some dogs sleep peacefully when left alone. Some experience repeated waves of distress. Some become silent but remain deeply stressed. And almost none of them are being bad. They are responding to the absence of the person their nervous system relies on most. You. Dogs with separation anxiety are not broken. They are not stubborn. They simply have not yet learned. At a physiological level, that one event guarantees the other. The door closes, and later the same door opens. Once that truth becomes emotionally certain, fear can turn into confidence, and confidence can turn into calm. The next time you pick up your keys, remember that your dog may be asking one simple question: will you come back? Every successful training session is your answer, and eventually your dog will believe it. If this video changed how you understand your dog, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your experience in the comments. Does your dog start showing signs of stress before you even pick up your keys? Tell us below. Thank you so much for your support. It truly means more than you know. And this is only the beginning. Subscribe now, because a new episode is coming very soon and you won't want to miss it.